Welcome to Bon Jovi Discussions. There's going to be a warning on this episode. Um, Before you guys continue watching or listening to this episode, there's going to be a lot of happiness, a lot of excitement because, man, I can't believe I get to say this right now. We are seeing Bon Jovi next year. Bon Jovi is going on tour. How good does it? These last few years we've been in the limbo because we don't know what's going to happen, and finally John's back, the band is back, and we're going to be back in those seats. Well, we're not going to be sitting in the seats, but we're going to have our designated spot to sing along. Man, I'm just so freaking excited, man. I can't
Yeah,
believe
I
we're
was gonna
seeing Bon
say
Jovi next year, man.
you got some pep in your step tonight.
Yeah, yeah, dude. I've even tried to tone it down all day for this podcast, but I'm like, you know what? Podcast is the perfect place to share my excitement. Just we're seeing our favorite band next year, man. So oh man, where do we even begin?
I'll say this, man. For me, I'm excited. I've not seen Bon Jovi at Madison Square Garden, so I can't wait for that experience.
Yeah. So before we get into it, I am sure anyone that's watching this podcast or listening already knows Bon Jovi has announced what 7 dates. And let me go to the thing right now because I'm pretty sure I got all the dates memorized in my head now, but just in case I don't want to get called out for being wrong. Um, they are doing, oh, let me pull it up here. They are doing 4 nights in New York City at Madison Square Garden on July 7th, 9th, 12th, and 14th. And then going to Europe, August 28th in Edinburgh, August 30th in Dublin, September 4th in London. And we're going to get into those dates here in a little bit. But man, uh, so I guess let's go to a couple of days ago when the band had posted online a picture of the band from 2022. It was a back shot of them in front of the crowd doing the bows.
Yep.
And they said, special announcement on Wednesday, and they listed it as a on YouTube watch party today at noon. It was a Forever Legendary Edition album preview, I think they called it, which actually didn't happen. And then special announcement. And obviously, their caption was something along the lines of, "Can you guess what the announcement's going to?" And obviously, we already knew what was coming and all that. So let's get into that live stream today. So obviously, fans around the world have been buzzing. What's going on, what's happening, and the band on their social media did these kind of hints of well, what would you call it? It's like one of those places where you go in, it's like an immersive experience, all these TVs and stuff. But they did it one in London and they did one in Madison Square Garden, which is where they're, going to be playing.
Yep.
Um, so that was pretty cool. So 12 o'clock comes around, and so it really wasn't a forever album preview. And that's what it looked
No.
and that's what the title was. Am I not mistaken?
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of the impression I got. Or
Yeah, I
I
thought we were listening
know.
to some of the collaboration album that comes out on Friday, everybody, and there will be an episode on that this weekend. But yeah, so that's what I was under the impression of. But
Yeah, I kept waiting to get my shipment notification for my album. I haven't gotten it yet, so hopefully tomorrow.
yeah, but I can't complain because the live stream was so good. We got three never before seen live perform, which they did promote that. They did say that there was going to be some never before seen videos. So the band went to the secret location and they did three performances. They did Legendary, Red, White, and Jersey, and It's My Life. And I really loved the artwork. So I want to back up for a second. So when they first started the live stream at noon, they had a 5 minute countdown and they had this. I imagine Obi probably did it, like this really cool mix, collages of songs, and it was like isolated vocals or isolated drums, and then it'd go into the full. It was really cool how they did that. And for anyone that's like, Jerry, what are you talking about? Go to the Bon Jovi YouTube account and watch that video, the first 5 minutes before the band comes on. It's so cool. Did you watch that, buddy?
I only got on about a minute before it started, so
Amateur hour.
Yeah, I was at work, so I was just happy to be on.
Dude, there's no excuses. Bon Jovi, no excuses. But yeah, so that was cool. And then they did like this really cool. I don't know if I should call it graffiti, but kind of like if you're on the street, all these signs and graffiti,
kind of
right? I
kind
thought
of
that
had that
was
look. Yeah.
yeah. I posted on my Twitter. I thought that was really cool. I like that. And then the band came on, and John talked about um pretty much about vocal surgery kind of canceling the 40th anniversary tour, that they were going back on the road. But yes, they did those three songs. And man, I was so proud of John. You know, we obviously you and I've said this in so many episodes, I've said this so many times on social media. John is so happy. John has worked so hard to get where he's at. And obviously, we've seen the band perform in Nashville back in June
Yep.
at their runaway trip, and we both know how great John sounded. And I'm really glad that he's getting back out there. And you know what? We're gonna be there. We're gonna be happy. We're gonna be celebrating. You know, I'm just happy to see our favorite band on stage because we don't know how much longer we're gonna. You know, because there was also the rumor going around that this could have been the farewell tour, which I knew that was bogus and stuff like that. But we never know when the final show could be. You know, so just enjoy it. You know.
I agree, man. I'm right there with you. I mean, even if it had been, I'm happy to see him on stage again.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, I've never seen him at Madison Square Garden, so I'm pumped about that.
And I'll tell you this: all the Madison Square Garden and the New Jersey shows are always at another level.
Yeah.
I feel like there's just something special about seeing them at MSG. You know, it's kind of like Wembley, seeing them at Wembley.
Yep.
There's some kind of special magic to it. So yeah, so they performed the three songs. I really Red, White, and Jersey has become and it's in my top three of forever songs. I love Red, White, and Jersey.
Oh, me
And
too,
and
for
I'm so
sure.
excited that we're gonna get to see that live next year. Including all the other forever songs. Who knows what forever songs we're going to get to see. You know, who knows if like these 4 nights at Madison Square Garden. I would imagine I'm going to call these four shows a residency because technically there's 4 nights, and
Yeah.
I've been longing for the band to do some sort of residency. And so what's nice about bands doing residencies is that obviously they're in the same place, blah blah blah, and pretty much you get to stay there for a week and see multiple shows. But another great thing about it is different set lists. And we know that
Yep.
Bon Jovi is notorious. It's notorious, right? Where well known for different set lists and stuff. And obviously, like this house tour and the 2022 tour was kind of pretty much the same set list. Um, I'm really hoping that we'll get different set lists on this tour.
Yeah, man. I mean, you got to assume with 4 nights, they're definitely going to switch up the
Yeah,
set list. You know,
exactly. So, yeah, what did you think of the performances today?
I thought they were good, man. I was glad to see, yeah, Red, White, and Jersey. I think the one that kind of threw me off was "It's My Life." I kind of expected them to do "Living on a Prayer," but it's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I I enjoyed it. It was cool. Was that live? I didn't never did catch on to that. I mean, as far as the three songs,
Yeah, I think they went to like a secret location and just recorded it. You know,
gotcha.
where they
Okay.
who knows? But yeah. But and I also like the montage behind this screen of like the band throughout the last 40 years. And that
Yep.
makes me wonder too, is this kind of I know technically we're gonna be celebrating 43 years of the band next year. Yeah, because 83, yeah, 43 years next year. But I wonder if technically this is going to be somewhat also a celebration because the tour is called Forever Tour. So,
Right.
so will they have like these kind of special days of celebrating 40 years of the band? You know, who knows?
Yeah, I mean, you got to assume that the graphics in the background will have something along those lines. I mean,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
I
exactly,
can't imagine it not.
exactly. Um, and I know a lot of people have been asking. There is no Richie on this tour.
Yeah, I'd have been shocked had that have happened, man. I mean, it just
Yeah, as much
I
as I'd love to see it. I'm sorry, but go ahead. You're talking first.
no. I was gonna say I don't. I'm never gonna say never at this point because I could see him coming back for some shows at some point, but I don't think the timing is right yet. I mean, I think maybe in the future, but I think they need to get back out there and
Yeah.
perform on our own and then see where things go.
Exactly. And who knows? Maybe Rich will pop up one night for a song. Who knows? Anything's possible. But
For
you know,
sure. Yeah.
as much as I'd love to see Richie return, I I don't want this to become a Richie return of the band episode. Maybe I shouldn't have brought it up, but I just don't
No,
feel like it'd be the same magic anymore. And I kind of I don't want this to turn into that kind of episode. So
no, I think we need to be happy for where they are and what they're
exactly.
doing. And
Yeah,
yeah,
I absolutely love this chapter of the band. Phil and Shanks and Everett in the band. I love it. But if Richie pops up one night, I won't complain either. You
of
know,
course not.
but yeah, so that's that. So right now, it looks like we're just having the seven shows. Now, I'm not saying Bon Jovi is doing this, and maybe the way that so like the Madison Square Garden shows is like pretty much the only quote unquote residency. The other three shows in the UK are separate venues.
Yep. Which are a lot larger venues as well.
Yeah. For the Madison Square Garden shows, it's a Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, Tuesday. So in between kind of gives John a little bit of a break vocally. Um,
Yeah, I assumed that they would skip nights.
yeah. Now and venues are notorious for this when bands do quote unquote residencies. How do I want to word this? Um, Usually these shows will, and I'm guessing these four Madison Square Garden shows are going to sell out.
I'm sure.
I was
Yeah.
looking at the Madison Square Garden schedule. Those couple weeks are pretty booked up. Are
Really?
booked up. It's just Bon Jovi for. There's like a new something coming at the end of July. So technically, Bon Jovi could have their stage set, and this is just me being hypothetical, guys. But Bon Jovi is going to have their stage set up. I don't see them ever not. I don't see them tearing down to tear or to build back up a day later. So why not add a few more shows?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah. I
I,
mean, they,
I'm just saying.
yeah, I mean, they definitely could. I mean, there's gaps in there already to where, um, they could add some dates. And you got to assume, those 4 dates. I mean, how long has it been? 2018 was the last time they played at Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, 2018. Yeah, they were going to play 2020, but the tour got canceled because of COVID.
Yeah. So
Um,
you got to assume those dates are going to sell out, all four of them,
oh
you
yeah,
know?
yeah. So we'll see. Even if it's just the four shows, I know you and I are still talking, but I'm doing all four shows. You know, I'm
Yeah, I
gonna
mean,
do.
I'm definitely going to do 2 shows. I would
No,
love to
you're gonna
to
do
do all
four.
four, but I'll
You
have to
don't even say you're
I'll
doing. You
I'll
I
have
know,
to
Matt.
I'll have
I
to
know.
fly back home for a couple of days and then come right back.
So and then they go overseas at the end of August. So they kind of take a month break and then go back to the UK and do a few nights. Um, I'm gutted because I really wanted to do Wembley. I was going to travel to the Wembley show, but I can't fit that in my schedule at end of August. It just doesn't work with work and stuff. So, but I'm happy with the four MSG shows. Like you said, MSG shows are one of the best shows you can see. So,
Yeah, just looking at the website, I'm sure we'll get into it, but the difference I noticed in the pre-sale stuff is one, you had to sign up online for the US
yeah,
shows, the UK shows, if you pre-order the record, it'll get you a pre-sale code. So
yes. And I'm glad you mentioned that because I have gotten a few messages today from people. So, a few helpful tips, people, for next week. And I'm gonna pull up because I posted this on Twitter earlier. Um,
which was helpful because
yeah,
I was kind of wondering about some of that stuff myself. So
yeah.
thank you.
There is a lot of questions out there of how this is working next week. So, first off, there is no fan club. The fan club ended 2 years ago. There is no official Bon Jovi fan club. If you see one online, it's fake. The only pre-sale that there's going to be an artist pre-sale. So if you go to the band's website and click on tour, bonjovi.com, go to tour, select whatever date that you want. If you pick one of the MSG shows, you could click sign up, and I think it takes you to seated or
Yep.
something.
Yep.
Then you
Seated
can,
or go seated. Yep.
yep, and then you can enter your information. and then you'll get a pre-sale code a little bit before it goes on pre-sale on Monday, the 27th. And then you could go in for the pre-sale. Now, when you go in for the pre-sale, don't be alarmed. There's not going to be a lot of tickets as any normal pre-sale is. They only put a handful of seats out. Don't panic if you don't get tickets on Monday. There's also like a Verizon pre-sale and then a Chase cardholder pre-sale. I don't know what days, but
That's good to know. I didn't know
yeah.
that.
But then there's general on sale on Friday on Halloween, Friday the 31st. And then if you're in the UK, you can pre-order the album, and then you get like a pre-sale code to order tickets for the UK shows. So like I said, there's no fan club, so don't sign up for any bogus thing out there. The only way to get pre-sale is if you do the artist pre-sale on Monday. And that's 10 o'clock local time. What's the next thing? We talked about a handful of tickets. Um, as we mentioned earlier, there's a high potential that these shows are going to sell out. Let's keep in mind there's only 7 Bon Jovi shows right now. So these shows are going to be high in demand. I do anticipate that these shows are going to sell out. Here's a big thing because I'm seeing this a lot everywhere. I've gotten messages too about it. I know if you Google Bon Jovi meet and greet, there's all these fake websites that's buy a meet and greet here. Listen to my words carefully, everybody, because I don't want to see anybody get scammed. There is not going to be a meet and greet on the tour. The band never does meet and greets on these tours ever. Okay. The only way that they ever do meet and greets on tour is if there's a runaway trip. And if you go to runawaytours.com and sign up for notifications, they'll announce a trip if there is one. So if any fake account or fake John Bon Jovi account messages you offering you to purchase meet and greet tickets, I know I sound silly saying this, but I don't want anyone to get taken advantage of. Do not send money. It's fake. Okay, there is not going to be a meet and greet. Um, so as I say that, I don't have too much info on the VIP packages, but I'm just judging from previous tours that VIP packages information will be available when the pre-sale starts. So usually when Bon Jovi does VIP tickets, it usually includes a premium seat, somewhere that's really good in the floor or on the lower bowl. Sometimes a VIP party, exclusive merchandise, and sometimes a chair that you can take home, which I have. Um, they're really fun. I enjoy the VIP parties because I get to hang out with all my Bon Jovi friends and stuff. It's a good pre-show party. Yeah, I'm a collector of merchandise, so I enjoy that as well. Um, so yeah, so information on that will be available. The only VIP packages available will be on Live Nation or when you purchase your ticket. So people don't fall in for the scams. There's a lot of scams out there. Don't go on Google searching things. Don't respond to the fake account messages. Like I said, I want everyone to be safe. So I think I covered that pretty well. Um,
Yeah, do you think we'll get the VIP information Friday when the album comes out, or you think it'll be Monday,
I based based on previous experience, on tours, we
the date?
yeah, we usually just get it right on at pre-sale. We're
Gotcha.
kind of we're kind of blinded by it when we're in that ticket stub
Yeah.
mode. What else? I want to okay. Oh, and this is the most important rule. And everyone listen very carefully. This is the most important. Matt, are you listening?
I'm listening.
Okay. The most important thing about these shows is go and have fun and sing every word, you know?
I'll say something on that. We had the pleasure of going to the Runaway show back in June, and we didn't have cell phones. And man, it was nice to be able to just sit there and enjoy the show and not have to worry about taking pictures and videos.
Yeah.
So I would definitely urge everybody, if you're going to go, you know, keep the cell phone to a minimal, just for your own benefit.
Yeah.
Not for mine, but for your own. I mean, it's take the time to enjoy the show and be present. Yeah, for
You're
sure.
You're right. And to be honest, I'm kind of glad they did that because, you know me, because I'm one of those fans that, especially with Bon Jovi, that loves to get photos and videos and then, share online with everybody. And so everyone's included. But yeah, like you said, our phones were taken or put into a pouch and just gave us the ability just to enjoy the show and be in the moment and stuff. And, that show was just so much fun. And
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what these shows are going to be like next year. I'm just really happy that we're seeing our favorite band again.
Yeah,
I'm
me too, man.
really happy.
I mean, I think we didn't know. Nobody knew. So the idea that we've got some shows to look forward to, man, is pretty special.
And on top of that, buddy, we're celebrating 40 years since Liberty One Wet.
We are. Yep.
So who knows what could be? Who knows?
Yeah.
I say break out loud in the streets without love. I die for you. Never say goodbye. Edge of a broken heart. Borderline. Get all the outtakes out. Dream big, Jerry. Dream big.
Dream big. Yeah. The whole 7800 album.
John's favorite.
John's favorite.
Yeah. So, but yeah, man, I can't wait for next year. And I'm so excited to see all my Bon Jovi friends. Um, I know a
Yeah,
lot of
man.
people are disappointed that they're not coming to this country or that country. Who knows if they'll add more dates? We don't know. Just
Yeah, there's definitely rumors of more dates in more countries. So we'll
yeah.
see.
That's the top part of online though. There's all these rumors and you don't know what to believe. Just because you read it doesn't mean it's true. Um,
Well, yeah, as you touched on earlier, I mean that there was discussion about it being a farewell tour, so
from that, right? I better not mention the site on my podcast. I don't want to get shut down. Uh, but yeah, I saw that. I was like, they're not. They're always clickbait, you know. So, but yeah. So, anything else you want to say?
no, I'm still, man, I'm hoping to hit Wembley. I don't know if it's going to work out or not. I mean, they're awful close together, but
Yeah, I
man,
really wish.
if I can make it happen, I'm sure going to try.
Yeah, I really wanted to do Wembley, but the date doesn't work. Yeah, that's okay. I still get to do 4 nights at MSG. Be thankful for what you can do. If
Absolutely.
you can't do what you do what you can.
That's right.
All right, buddy. I'll end the recording here, but thanks for coming on. I am glad that you toned down in your excitement because I
I
think
did.
I made it up for both.
I'll see you in July, Jerry.
All
Right.
right, buddy.
All right.